My name's David Harvey, and what I'm going to do today for this masterclass is show you a little of what goes on here in my conservation department. To stay up to date with recent acquisitions, tips about caring for your cherished pieces, and free antiques fairs invitations, why not subscribe to our newsletter using the link below. Here you will see a variety of different timbers that we've collected over the past 70 years. You'll also see rows of boxes containing different handles for different pieces of furniture that again have been collected over many decades, whilst we've been looking after pieces handled by 1, 2 and 3 generations of the same families, looking after their cherished possessions as we do for our own. And I thought it might be an idea just to show you the sort of work that we do up here. I'm going to show you a little of how we treat these pieces. We don't use a lot of paint stripper on them. We don't use a lot of caustic materials on them. Most of the work that we do is done by hand. And this is a perfect example because it's come in. I have to tell you, I bought this because it's got some nice timbers on there, and we use these timbers in restoring other fine pieces. As I say, it's mahogany, and what I'm going to do is just very gently clean the top so that you can see the sort of work that we do. I don't advise you to do this yourselves. It is the work for a specialist to do, and I'm very lucky in that I have a fully trained staff who are very good. We can start with a little furniture cleaner. If I just shake that up, and if I put some of that onto this very, very fine wire wool, I'm going to just try and lift some of the dirt off the top of this table and show you as the work goes on. This can take quite a while to do, and as you can see, I'm just rubbing it in, and then I'll just take a little bit of paper and I don't suppose you thought that was going to happen. That's just on a very quick, light clean. A lot of the things that we use, we make up ourselves to our own recipes that have been passed down from father to son over many, many years. You have to be careful not to be overzealous. It's better to take a little more time and do it sympathetically than to be harsh and do it quickly. Because if you do it too quickly, you may very well destroy the finish that is sitting under there. Slowly but surely, this is coming to life. Try a little more of this on there. And again, I'm deliberately not doing the entire top so that you can see graphically the difference between a very light clean on one part and the original rather dirty state on the other part. But already some of the stains are beginning to lighten, which is what we want to achieve as well. You can see this greyish colour that seems to be sitting just on top there. And again, another piece of paper. In many cases, all you've got is just an accumulation of dirt, dust, and grease, tar from wood smoke and from tobacco smoking, because these pieces stood in rooms which were heated mostly by wood or coal burning stoves, and in which people quite often smoked quite heavily. Now already you can see quite a marked difference there in what we've achieved in a matter of a few minutes, just with a little bit of care and attention. And clean it back so that it can dry off for a little while. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of wax on there, and you'll see how it changes dramatically, I hope, when we do that. Okay, we're now going to apply a little bit of the wax. This is the same wax that we use in the shop as well. It's just to apply a little bit on there. Now, if I wanted to get this up to a deep shine, it would take lots and lots of coats of wax, then leaving it for the wax to be absorbed into the wood, because the wood hasn't been waxed probably for 50 to 100 years. So there we go. Slowly now we're beginning to see some of the colour and grain that is on there from the original wood and from the original finish. As I said, it would take a lot of coats of wax to get this to a perfect shine, but you can now see there's a sheen beginning to appear on there, which is a huge improvement on where we were not that long ago. And now that feels just as smooth and beautiful as anything, compared to the rather dirty bit at that end of the table. What a difference. I hope you've enjoyed looking at this. I've certainly enjoyed cleaning just a little bit of that off. Now imagine what you'd do with a breakfront bookcase. Thank you for watching this masterclass. You can subscribe to our channel by pressing the notification bell below. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.